Welcome everybody again to another GZ Sports episode. Starting off with your boy Randy Savage, accompanied by the man, the myth, the legend with high blood pressure, Jackson Bryan. Jackson, how are you doing today?
Listen, I tell you what, ah, I'm frustrated. I am very, very frustrated. I mean, look, right? That United result did get to me. I'm not going to act like it didn't. I'm a true fan. The statements afterwards get to me. Sancho Ten Hag going at it, that gets to me. Um, but listen, right? All I'm saying is get Marcus Rashford out. Because look, there was a penalty for us. No? They never get it. Okay. And then they ruled out a clearly onside goal for offside squid sword. But when you're not tackling when you need to get a point, that's bullshit, and that's where I draw the line. But listen, self about you, your mobile Wi-Fi never good. You weren't here to talk to Daniel.
You know what? I owe Daniel. I owe Daniel. Well, no, or Daniel owes me because first for the long time viewers who remember this, the World Cup show on Daniel's program, I
Mhm.
won. And he said that if Argentina won the World Cup, we would look back again on this. And so far, we have not. Daniel, it's almost a year. I need my interview again, right? Um, but yeah, in all seriousness, that match was absolutely tragic. A lot of missed calls, a lot of controversy surrounding it. Arsenal didn't necessarily outplay us on the day. I don't want to say they were lucky because this is football, but they were literally lucky. Penalty to Arsenal should have been given, was not. If last week Rashford was a pen, this should be a pen. All we ask for is consistency from the refs. That goal was never offside. I believe that was a foul on Johnny Evans, by the way. Um, and yeah, it's just been a horrific day at the helm for Manchester United. The whole the whole theme and the scheme of things around Old Trafford right now is that Manchester's bleeding red at the hands of Arsenal. We would have loved for it to be their blood, but instead they have our bloods on their hands. And then Manchester City is just across the road sipping tea like Harlan Patrick. No, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, Ferguson's better anyway.
Yeah, Evan Fergus is better. Son is better. I just feel amazing for people that actually had Haaland and Son in their team, FPL teams. You know, that was a big money move. Um, but nah, it was a very disengaging performance. It was a horrific loss. Today I woke up feeling great. Then I remembered tomorrow uni started, so I felt a little depressed. Then I saw that United result, and then I just felt like I needed to fly back to the States for my own mental health. Because like that was like I had people that I met in the States literally T minus 20 seconds after the game ended. Hey bro, what you saying about Liverpool now? I'm like, bro, calm. This is just a dud.
They don't learn.
And what happened? We scored and then they instantly scored back. Like, what in the FIFA glitch? What in the Dream
Exactly.
League kickoff?
Exactly.
Like, no, that was just. I, I saw the goal, celebrated. I'm like, yeah, good goal. Went outside for like 20 seconds, came back inside, and I see freaking Odegaard wheeling away. I'm like, what the hell happened? Huh? I'm confused. What happened? Seeing everything, I'm like, Christ above Manchester. Y'all couldn't even keep a lead.
Couldn't even do that, man.
But no, it's been a horrific performance so far for the start of the season from us. Jackson, you predicted us to finish first. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going back on it. I tell you, I would only reevaluate it in January. I might have thoughts now, but I would only reevaluate it in January.
So, all right.
It's say that I might
So,
switch United with Brighton. So I'm not dead yet.
okay, okay. So we have October, November, December, and January.
Hmm.
How many games do you think we're gonna win in that 4 month period in the Prem?
All right. Well, seeing as there's no Mason Mount, there's no Luke Shaw, I have high hopes. Um, Hoyland's gonna play. I don't even know how many games we have because of the international breaks, and then you have the Champions League that we're gonna have to focus on because we got Bayern. Um, I think by January we'll be in the top four, right? How many points are first? I couldn't tell you. It won't be a handful, but it won't be too far, right? But we will be in the top four, and then we'll just be looking like, all right, somebody's gonna f up here. We'll just take charge there. But listen, as I said, in January I'll reevaluate it and tell you if I'll change my mind at that point. But it's either United or Brighton. Tired of City.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough, man. But moving on from Manchester United down to, as you said, the Champions League, we know the draws have recently occurred. So recently, in fact, that this is almost impromptu, Jackson. Group of death so far. Well, it looks to be Group F. Newcastle, Paris Saint Germain, Inter Milan. Sorry, AC Milan, and what was the last team again?
Dortmund.
Dortmund. Funny enough, I didn't remember about them because we battled the league. Whoa. Surprise, surprise. But yes, group of death, evidently, that one. Predictions on that group, Jackson. I'm actually predicting it to be kind of, I don't know, shocking. I actually expect AC Milan to top the group and Newcastle to go through second. I don't see PSG being a threat, especially to Lewis Dunk, man. Like Mbappe versus Dunk. Ha! I know who I'm going with every day of the week. Um,
Man.
now,
Dunk
but
is
let's
Brighton, by the way.
what?
Dunk is Brighton. That's
Oh my
Europa
god!
League. That's Dunk versus
Oh
Brian
my
Rob.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Did I say Dunk?
Yep, yep,
Bro,
yep.
blood, I meant Fabian Shaw. Why did I mix them up? Viewers, if any of y'all can tell me that was my thought process, I'll get the R9. You know. Um, but yeah, group of death. AC Milan, Newcastle second, Jackson. Who do you predict to go through in that group? That's the main group before we move on to United.
Ah, who goes through plenty? Yeah. I mean, it's hard to not pick PSG because they just bought two strikers for about 200 million. They kept keeping Mbappe and he's playing. Um, Hakimi scoring goals. I think they beat aside about 4-0, 5-0 today. Um, they look good, right? Mbappe on the wings at St James's Park. You think the Saudi Arabian money has already worked, but not yet. Uh, I think Milan is going to be a tough team to go against. They have arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world. They have England's best centre half in Fikayo Tomori. Um, Rafa Leao is still electric. And they brought in the LeBron James of soccer in Christian Pulisic. So, yeah, it's going to be a really, really tough group. It's really going to be a tough group. But I think it's going to be I think it is going to be Milan and PSG. I think Dortmund are going to give a good fight. I think, look, we can't discount Newcastle no matter what. But I do think Dortmund are going to give a good fight, a really good fight, but just end up falling short as they always do.
The story of our lives as Dortmund fans. But moving on from that to Manchester United. Manchester United in a group with Galatasaray, um, Cervera Svenda, aka Red Star Belgrade, and the Tariq. I'm joking. It's Bayern Munich. Jackson. I don't. After seeing what I saw today, and before this, actually, I actually think we get relegated to Europa. I'm being completely honest. Like an unbiased opinion, I don't think we finish second in this group. I think it's Bayern and Galatasaray because Galatasaray, man, it's just something about that Turkish shawarma makers, man. You
You know?
know, like the Turks are just built different. Like, like imagine you just see Hasbulla running towards you. What are you gonna do? Kick him, bro? Like, come on, man. Galatasaray is good. A lot of people are laughing at the group saying, ha ha ha, round of 16 guaranteed, bro. If you saw how Galatasaray have recently played, they got Willie freaking Zaha. What has Zaha done to us every time he's played against us? He's done so much. He's literally single-handedly made me question his ethnicity because he should be Jamaican the way how he's fast, and he
Ah,
should be Brazilian with his skills. So I don't know which diaspora he comes from, but it's not the one. Man, let me tell you, I don't have a lot of faith. I will put all my faith in Ten Hag though. You know, I saw this in a series once called Breaking Bad, where the ball guy, was as the son.
Jesse.
Yeah, like hit with cancer, and that he didn't let that stop him from
Yeah.
getting a lot of money.
Mhm.
And then the Sheikh Jassim situation just collapsed right on our heads because while we thought we were getting a takeover, Glazers wanted 10 billion. 10 billion for Manchester United. Like ten billion great British pound. I'm glad that even the Saudis realized that that was a scam. Before it was the Nigerian princes scamming people. Now it's the Glazer family. All times has changed.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, like I don't expect us to top or get second in that group. And if in February we actually do, I owe United and Ten Hag an apology. Yes, I do. I do. I would owe y'all an apology because I don't want to say it, but I don't think we win. Don't think we
Bro,
win.
I mean, look, it is going to be a tough group because Galatasaray. Look, as a United fan, we don't really support Galatasaray. We are Fena United, Fenerbahce. We have a really good relationship. Fred by India, it's good with us and Fenerbahce. So we're gonna wish the worst to Galatasaray, but it is gonna be a tough group. Bayern Munich, Harry Kane, Kim Min Jae to Old Trafford, but not the way you think. And yeah, it's gonna be. Look, we start at the Allianz Arena, so we'll see where we are at that point. We might get smashed about 4-0 at the Allianz Arena. Doesn't matter. We'll see what we can do at that point. We went to Barcelona and we drew with them 2-2. We must be able to string a result. I mean, look, Bayern, I mean, who do Bayern have? They just have Harry Kane and Musiala
Wait,
and
pause.
Kingsley Coman and Thomas Muller and and Joshua Kimmich and Alfonso Davies.
Wait,
Like,
wait,
it's not that
wait,
good a team,
wait,
man.
wait, wait. 1 second, Jackson. 1 second. You said we drew with Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Bro, the last time Bayern played Barcelona, I had to go on mental health crisis ward. What do you mean?
Listen, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We did go to their place. We took that. We dealt with them, right? We know that when you're in a certain competition, you can't play a certain team. I.e., you can't go to the Bernabeu and thrash Madrid in the Champions League. You can't go to Sevilla and beat them in the Europa League. There are certain things that just can't happen in football. So we are able. Look, I always say when I say, for example, when I saw the City Fulham game, probability is 66% to City, 13 or so percent to Fulham. And I'm like, no, it's 50-50. Either Fulham win or City win. It's always 50-50. And that's how you have to go into this game. It is going to be difficult for us to get a good result, a positive result, right? 10 points is all we need to go through. So that's what we have to focus on, just getting the points from now.
All right. All right. And speaking of Bayern Munich, Harry Kane has made his start to life in England. Amazing. I think he's having trouble communicating though because he can't speak German well and he definitely can't speak English. So, Jackson, I know a lot of people said this. Whichever team Harry Kane goes to will win the Champions League. And every moment of the day is looking clearer and clearer. This Bayern team, a lot of people have it that they struggle without their talisman and Lewandowski. They did so at the end of last season, struggled very hard, very, very difficultly, but ended up just coming away with it. What do you make of it now that they've got an absolute unit of a striker in the penalty box, in the opposition penalty box, I should say?
I stand by my statement of anybody who gets Harry Kane would win the Champions League, and this is Bayern's year. Next season, they might even double up. They might go out and get a different talent. They do have a space there on the left wing. I'm not gonna say anything more than that, but there is a certain player they're going for next season to fill that position for the next 10 years. Um, I mean, I look at Bayern, I look at Kane, and I'm like, they finally have a goal scorer. They made it to the semi-finals with Choupo-Moting, of well, quarterfinals was it with Choupo-Moting? Of course, they're gonna make the finals with Kane. Um, but then I look at Real Madrid, and I'm like, how do you beat that midfield? How, how do you actually beat a midfield of Bellingham, Valverde, Chouamini, and Camavinga? I mean, especially since Camavinga plays all four positions. Everybody else is just filler, you know. And like,
Kamavinga,
I mean,
oh,
I mean, seriously, it's
Kamavinga.
difficult against that against Madrid. But look, I stand by it. Kane will fire them through. I think in the round of 16. Actually, I think they'll match up with the second place of Group F. So, if I was PSG or Milan or Newcastle, I'd look to either go Europa League or top the group.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. You heard it here first, guys. Bayern Munich will win the Champions League, and I have to agree with Jackson here. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Bayern are just a different breed of Bavarian money. They're the prime product of Bavarian engineering. What a certain mustached man wished to accomplish one day was not world domination, it was world domination in football. And his dreams shall come to pass this year. That was a little out of pocket.
Well, I'm not waving for a taxi in Germany. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Alright, fine, fine, fine. I won't. But speaking of the Champions League, and the next club a lot of people will be watching, they don't have Bayern in their group this time, so hopefully it will be smooth sailing for the Catalan Giants. Barcelona, who have signed João Pedro and wait, sorry.
Job.
Oh, it's João Cancelo. Oh, sorry. It's João Cancelo and João
There's
Felix,
so
right?
many Zhao's moved this window. He's already lost count.
Yep. João Pedro, so- João Felix, and João. It wasn't Moutinho. It wasn't Pedro, but it was João Cancelo. Let me tell you, man, excellent business by Barcelona, getting two of them on loan as well, with the option to buy. Well, with no further option to buy, but it's great, right? Y'all need a replacement for Jordi Alba. Y'all need a striker up front, just because Lewandowski hasn't been scoring anything at all this season. Excellent moves, excellent, excellent. I think United could have. Sorry. I think United could have actually stepped up for that João Felix deal, but he just didn't let it happen. It just didn't. The Glazers said, "Nah, we don't want a Portuguese man. We already have one in Bruno." So,
Mm,
and City was like, "Hey, can we get Cancelo?" No, frick off. All right, we couldn't do anything
exactly. There's
else.
no chance.
we couldn't do anything else. So, what do you make of these transfers? How do you think it'll impact the teams? And how do you think Barcelona will fare against when they meet Bellingham Trade?
Well, all I'm saying, and listen, I mean this no way. I'm gonna say this very weird. It's going to sound very weird the way I say it. But I know this guy, and he's legit been on my ass every day about, hey man, boss is getting Cancelo. Boss is getting Cancelo. He's not shut up about it. For about 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna do his medical and then everything. The good man's like, bro, we got a right back. Boss is getting Cancelo. Like, bro, I legit had to log out from where I was and just disappear for a minute. Like, bro was in on Cancelo for about
Oh
hours.
man.
I know.
And you
He,
know what?
he,
It's excellent transfers. But speaking of which, can those two match up to Real Madrid and their player of the month, Judy Boy Bellingham? First English player in history to win the La Liga Player of the Month award. Absolutely amazing for them. Player with the most goals in consecutive games, or score the most in consecutive games for Real Madrid, I believe, equaling Cristiano Ronaldo. Um, Jackson, this transfer, this is what 100 million is supposed to be. I shouldn't spend 100 million on a fidget spinner. I shouldn't spend 100 million on Enzo Fernandez, right?
and there's damn.
Like I should spend 100 million on a guaranteed unit like Jude Bellingham. And it's crazy because of how good this kid is at 20 years old. This kid is younger than me and has a lot more money than I have right now.
Whole lot more money.
I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. I'm getting there though. I have 5 cents currently. This is not
Five.
far off. It's not far off. I don't care what you say. It's not far off. But yeah, Jude has been absolutely amazing thus far for Real Madrid. Jackson, do you think he will lift the Galacticos to a seven? I don't even know, to another league title and possibly to the Liga de Champion?
Listen, yes. But no, if we already talk about how the Champions League's gonna go already, so that's a wash. But I already predicted Real Madrid to win La Liga because of Jude Bellingham. Now, that was also because I thought they were getting Mbappe, but I'm still convinced that with Vinicius and Rodrigo and the goat, the best Spanish striker of all time, Joselu up front, they're gonna do
Oh
it.
no,
Of course, of
oh
course,
no.
with Joselu up front, they're gonna do it. He's gonna score about 40 goals this year, Joselu.
Intelo. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's keep a close eye on Real Madrid for this entire La Liga season as well as the Champions League. But moving on from them and back to the final bit in the Premier League about transfers and all sort of stuff. To wrap up, Jackson, Sophie and Amrabat to Manchester United. Here we go. My source and my best friend Fabrizio told me that 10 million loan fee, 20 million buy option with $5 million release club. Well, 5 million in add-ons. Jackson, this is an excellent deal. This is a A plus tier deal if I've ever seen one. Not only do we get competition for Casemiro, but we get somebody that can also play at dropping at center mid. We get somebody that is arguably as good, or arguably was the best player in the 2000 World Cup, 2000 2022 World Cup. Arguably the best player, right? He was easily Morocco's best and easily top three in the entire competition. And remember, I'm comparing him to the likes of Messi, uh, Mbappe, Griezmann, and I'm starting in him there. Jackson, this move has no potential to be an L because even if he doesn't play poorly, even if he only gets 15 minutes, the end of the day, the shirt sales will cover for basically all of his wages and the transfer fees, right? And it's only 10 million at the end of the day. In football terms, for a big team, that's nothing, you know? And if he does play well, guess what? We have just gotten ourselves a star midfielder for only £20 million. It's nothing can go wrong. Wait, don't quote me on that because I know the last time that happened when they quote me on that about Jaden Sancho. We all know how that ended up.
Mm.
Jackson, what do you make of this?
Listen, Amrabat should have played today. Um, Amrabat should have been signed in time to play today. I mean, I looked at the team and I was like, um, Ericsson and Casemiro starting, and on the bench, I see 18-year-old Dan Goer and Hannibal. When the last time Hannibal played in the Premier, he nearly got sent off at Anfield. So I'm saying I needed Amrabat today, but it is a good deal. It is a really good deal. Loan, not I don't know how that works actually. He's out of contract next summer, so I don't know how a loan deal works. I don't see Fiorentina actually announcing that they've triggered an extension. So I don't know how that will work. Maybe they'll do it later, or maybe this option turns into obligation. I don't know. Um, but look, we needed somebody like this, right? Ten Hag really needed somebody like this. Kobe Manu is young, so he'll still learn under both of these guys. I mean, these guys can tackle. Casemiro, Amrabat. I don't know, man. Staying on the wings is the best option for anybody. Because crossing it ain't not going to work. You can't dribble through. I mean, I remember when Mateus Nunez was running through midfield when the season started, and I'm like, Amrabat's there. I mean, yeah, you pass Casemiro, but this guy is there still. And then Lissandra's behind him. Like, I mean, look, strikers are going to get chopped in half from now on. They're going to be absolutely battered in that center, right? Lissandra's okay. So he's not, hopefully, not going to be injured for any long period or whatever. But man, it's gonna listen. This is gonna revolutionize the team. It's gonna be so important, right? As we run some of the transfers at the bottom of the page as well. Um, it's probably the most important one we could have made. It,
I believe so too. I 150% agree with you there. Um, you know. And Manchester hasn't been the only team signing players. And of course, because of the whole timing situation, and tomorrow being a big Monday morning, university open up, work is back in full session. Jackson, Luis Sinisterra, the wicked man on the wings for Leeds United, have ditched Leeds in favor of championship football. Of course, you're referring Bournemouth and Bournemouth, who will probably be down by the end of this by the end of this season. But he's moved there, you know. Credits to him and his move up the table, up the English Premier Pyramid. Jackson, Sinister is a baller. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. He's a baller. He's certainly better than Anthony, in my opinion.
Okay, hell.
He's better than Mary Mount. He's better than Van Dyke.
What the hell does that even mean?
Hell, he's better than the Queen.
Bro, who are you
So, Jackson, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you see how well do you see Sinister impacting Bournemouth on their title charge? I
That,
mean, on their relegation survival charge. I don't know. As you guys can see, I'm toasted. I'm not ready for tomorrow at all. Right? I got 2 kids and 2 wives to feed. Like, come on, give me some slack.
bro.
Oh man.
Pass that down with one of the most optimistic things you could ever hear. Bournemouth in a title race, anyway.
Now
But no,
imagine though. Now imagine if that ever happens with Sinistera there. I deserve to be the new king of England.
I guarantee you, Sinistera gets injured within the first 3 games.
Nah, no chance.
I can
No chance.
guarantee you that. That's
No
the
chance,
thing is he's
man.
got that injury record, man. But listen, it's gonna be -10. Bournemouth get relegated. Goodbye. No, but really, I don't like Bournemouth. I don't like Bournemouth. Um, I've never liked. Look, okay, I'm not going to say I never liked them. I did like them one time. Um, they were that club that I was like, South Coast. They remind me of the Caribbean. Not really much
What
cool.
how?
Yeah, like it's not cold down there, right? Where they are, Southampton, Brighton, that area. It's more sunshine. You got rain, but it's not gonna be dropping below degrees temperature. So more like
Beautiful
Caribbean.
sunshine,
You can see
beautiful
Caribbean
rain.
players going there or whatever. But I just never liked them after they sucked down. First it was Eddie Howe, and I was like, you guys are idiots. Then it was Gary O'Neill. So I just think that they're all idiots. And it doesn't make sense to like them anymore.
Fair enough, I understand, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you see him impacting the team? One being absolutely no impact at all, 10 being um 10 being such an amazing impact that they were probably making captain.
Oh my fucking God. I'd say a 6 because he's not gonna start over Clivert unless he's fit, unless he's injured. Um, and he's not a right winger, so he won't play there. Uh,
Isn't he like 40 something?
yeah, what the not
I'm joking.
Patrick,
I'm
Justin.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Justin. We
Yeah,
all know the knockoff Patrick Kluivert, who
yeah,
couldn't fill his dad's shoes.
yeah. So he's at Bournemouth. But no, look, he'll be like a 6. I'm not gonna say he's gonna light the world on fire because anybody can do that at Bournemouth. Um, but it's gonna be about a 6. He won't be. He'll be a player that they look to buy next season, but he won't be a player that it's a buy from January.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And moving over to a team that everyone expected to be doing much better. We've put them to finish second in the group of death in the Champions League. Newcastle United, Jackson, slump into another defeat at the hands of Brighton. But then again, a lot of people are saying that, oh, this is horrible. They're not, bro. They lost to Brighton and Liverpool. Like, come on. That's like you saying Luton is not a good team because they lost to Manchester City and Arsenal. It just doesn't make sense. I think that these lot will still do a mad title top four charge and possibly finish higher than fourth. You know, I said it to a lot of people over in the states. The ones to watch this team, the teams to watch this entire summer, this entire season is Brighton, Newcastle, Manchester City, and Arsenal in that order. you know. And the reason being in that order is because you expect City to be amazing. I don't really expect a lot from Arsenal. And Brighton have just been showing why and why Kaoru Mitoma is the winger. You know, like, we're not dropping any bombs on Hiroshima or anything, but he's sure running like we are, you know. Wait, no, that was out of pocket. I'm sorry.
What? You're well off on this Sunday, man. You're well off.
I mean, it's not the time to say it's not the time to play blinding lights by the weekend, is it? It would be inappropriate.
No, it's
But moving on from them and to West Ham United, who, to be fair, the Hammers have been hammering a lot of good results recently. Jackson, where do you see, or disregarding any Premier League predictions before this, do you see West Ham United making Europe again? I know they're in the Europa League, having won the Conference League. Um, can you see them possibly finishing top seven again, or perhaps so by one way of smacked of Harry Potter sorcery or another winning the Europa League?
oh my god. I mean, look, winning the Europa is gonna be tough because Brighton are there, Liverpool, Ajax, and then Merchant Sevilla are gonna drop back down in there. So
As
it's gonna
well,
be
yearly
difficult.
traditions.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. But look, can they make it via the league? I think West Ham. The only way West Ham could make Europe again is by winning the FA Cup. I think in the league, I can easily name 7 teams that are better, and the top seven is what gets Euro. Um, it would be difficult right now. They're in a good position. I think they're second in the league, but it's only 4 games done. We know what can happen. Anything that anything bad that can happen will happen, and we know that for a fact.
Murphy's
Uh,
Law.
exactly. I mean, they made some good signings, so and not all of them have hit the ground running yet. Mohamed Kudus still has not taken off yet. Edson Alvarez is a tidy player, and Ward Prowse, well, I don't know what Southgate's smoking, but he's England's best midfielder. Um, Kidding. But he's one of the top three. But yeah, making it into Europe is going to be really difficult for West Ham. Um, as I said, win the FA Cup, you're back in the Europa League. I don't see them doing it via the league phase, and I don't see them winning the Europa League. I mean, can you imagine Mikel Antonio running down fucking the part of the prom? Yeah, having a laugh.
Oh man, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. You heard it here first, Kyle. Jackson. I mean, guys, Michael Antonio will be running on the Bronx next season. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. It has been the GT Sports Transfer Roundup today. It's been your boy Jackson Savage. And
Huh? Bro, you need to sleep.
I'm sorry, I've been very tired. It's been your boy Randy Savage, is accompanied by the man, the myth, the legend, Jackson Bryan himself. Jackson, is there anything you want to say before we close out the show and I get myself a well needed 14 hours of sleep?
14 hours. Yeah, no, listen. Window just ended, right? The window just closed, and it was something I wanted to actually get into and discuss with you actually, because we have some Jamaicans that who have been moving through Europe. Um,
Yes.
Jamal Lowe, he's left Bournemouth. He's on loan at Swansea now. Shamar Nicholson, our star striker, he's gone to Clermont Foot in Liga, and we already know about Trevante Stewart, who's gone to Salernitana. That impact of Jamaican athletes in Europe. That's a thing that's gonna proceed and get even bigger. I mean, Ronaldo Cephas, who was at Arnett last season, he's in Macedonia and he's already taking them by storm. Probably gonna make a move by the end of the season. So yeah, that's just it. Just look out for more of us getting into Europe and playing higher. But I mean, I'm trying to get some to freaking Saudi Arabia, but they're not going.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Big up to the Jamaicans, you know. Still, y'all can't win us a Gold Cup. Y'all gotta make me be old at this point. But you know, I just gotta big them up for their career, for their families, what it means. Amazing stuff. But yes, thank you again, guys, for listening, for watching in. Jackson, what did I say? Famos, my friend.
Vamos, bro. Vamos. We'll see you guys next week.